Okay, so this is homework 14, and it's going to be due on November 12th. Find the missing number of each unit rate. And so 24 to 4 equals something to 1. So you have to ask yourself, how did I get 4 to become 1? Well, I divided by 4. So whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So I'm just going to do 24 divided by 4, and then on the next one is 40 divided by 5. Find the sum. 13 plus negative 90. So remember your song about integers. Number 3, write 85% as a decimal and a simplified fraction. Remember what we've learned about percents and decimals. We did that yesterday in class. Are the ratios equivalent? Use scale factor to solve. So what that means is I ask myself, okay, what is happening to 52 to get to 104? I know I'm increasing, but by what? So figure that out and then do the same scale factor on the bottom and see if they are equal or not. Mrs. Roten bought 13 beakers for $17.55. What's the unit cost of each beaker? So I need to get 13 to be to 1, right? So if I wanted to get 13 to 1, I do 13 divided by 13, and that gives me 1. So if I want to find out it is for 1 for the unit rate, I have to do 17.55 divided by 13. Okay. So I'll bring my decimal up and then go ahead and show your work on that one. Number 6, Mrs. Honey bought 2.5 pounds of chicken that cost $6.70. What is the cost per pound? And so I have $6.70 divided by 2.5. So if this is a decimal, I can't divide a decimal by a decimal. So I move it over once, and then I move this over once and bring it up. Okay, and then I'm able to work that problem out. Find the difference. Keep, change, opposite. Keep, change, opposite. And solve. Write 96% as a decimal and a simplified fraction. That's in our notes if you need it. It's that little page that has like the 6 windows that you can open and look at. Write 3/20 as a decimal and a percent. Again, it's in your notes. Find the difference. That one was just like number 7. So you can rewind it if you need to go look at that one. Number 11. So by next week, this is due Wednesday. We're going to learn this on Monday. So I will show you what it looks like. But again, you're going to learn this by Monday so that when you turn this in on Wednesday, you'll be good to go. Okay? So a survey of 200 students was taken to vote on a school color. 18% of the students voted for the color blue. How many voted for blue? So what this is called, again, we'll learn this on Monday, it's called a percent proportion. Okay? So there's a formula that we have to follow. And you have to know what the part is over the whole. And that is going to equal your percent over 100. So if it's a survey of 200, that is the whole, right? So if I rewrote this, taking out whole, so I'm going to redo it over here, right? So I know that the whole is 200. And I don't know what the part is, so it gets an X. Do I know the percent? I do. It's 18%. So I know it's 18% over 100. Well, now how do I solve that? So it's called cross multiplying and then dividing. So what you'll do is you're going to take 200 times 18, and then you're going to divide that by 100. So you would do 200 times 18, and whatever that answer is, then you are going to divide it by 100 to get your final answer. Okay? Number 12, find the quotient. Excuse me, 62 and 1300 divided by negative 1 and 9/10. So here's division man. He can be a good reference for you, and then you're doing 62 and 13ths divided by 1 and 9/10. Move this over once, move this over once, and then bring that up. Last year, the Lady Cougars team won 60 of the games they played. If the Cougars won 15 games last year, what's the total number of games the Cougars played. Again, this is a percent proportion. So you have your part and your whole equals what percent over 100. So if they played 60 games, we know the percent, right? If they won 15 games last year, what's the total? So we're missing the whole. So we have 15 over, I don't know, equals 60 over 100. So whatever's missing is what's going to be, you divide by, right? So I do 15 times 100. And then that is going to have to be divided by what? That answer is going to be divided by 60 for your answer. Okay? So you got to finish it. That's not the end of it. Find the sum, negative 33 plus 19. Use your song. Find the quotient, 5/8 divided by 1/4. Use keep, change, reciprocal. Number 16. For every 16 games the baseball team won, they lost 3. What's the ratio of games lost to games played? So I have a W, K, U. Okay? So for every 16 games they won, they lost. So we have won, we have lost. And so 16 games they won, they lost 3. What's the ratio of lost to games played? So that means total is needed, right? And 16 plus 3 is 19. So I want lost to total. Okay, so you got to find the numbers for lost to total. And then that will be your final answer, whatever you write right there. Shade in 75% of the squares. That's a 10 by 10 grid. Shade in 40% of the squares. Well, this one's a little different because it's not a 100 grid. So we will look and see how many blocks we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, 4 times 10 is 40, correct? Okay, so I know that's the whole. I don't know what the part is, but I know then that that is going to equal 40% out of 100. Okay, so what I'll do is the same. It's again, it's a percent proportion. So I have to do 40 times 40. Okay, we'll work this one to completion. So 40, Trenton. So we do 0. 4 times 0 is 0. And then we add another 0. 4 times 0 is 0. And then I do 4 times 4, which is 16. So that is 1,600. So then I did divide 1,600 by 100. And look at this cool trick. Remember, if you're dividing by zeros, then these guys can be eliminated, right? These zeros. And so what is left? 16 over 1, which would be what? 16. So that means I'm going to shade in 16 of the squares. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got my 16 shaded in. Okay, so we work this one to completion. So that's 40% of the figure. Let's look at this last one. Oh, excuse me, 2 more. Paisley bought 13 apples for $9.75. How much did she pay for each apple? So $9.75 divided by 13. Bring that up and solve for that one. If you have to be 60 inches tall to ride the roller coaster, how many feet is that? 1 foot is in 12 inches. So I would have to do what? If I know that I have feet and inches, I know 1 foot is in 12 inches. And if I know it's 60 inches, what am I doing to 12 to get to 60? I have to figure that out, and then whatever that is, I multiply by that, and I have my answer. Okay. If you have any questions, you're going to come find me in tutorials.